morning in Atlanta, Georgia. Sunny and 52 degrees. It's going to be a beautiful day. Cloudy later, high of 72. And welcome back to American Morning. When you hear the name Erin Brockovich, no doubt you think of that movie who made her so very famous. After all, it won Julia Roberts an Oscar. The real Erin Brockovich has put her notoriety to good use, working to protect people and the environment. And she's found a new forum for that. Fiction. She's a best-selling author. Her new book is a thriller titled Hot Water. And Erin Brockovich joins us to talk about that and some of the most important environmental issues we face today. So welcome.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your second book.
Thank you.
So where do you get the time?
Well, I have a fabulous, writer with me, C.J. Lyons. But I don't know, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, my mind turns on and you get busy.
It's interesting where you get your ideas.
It is. Well, it is, but it's actually, I don't want to say easy, but I get tens of thousands of emails a month from 124 countries and territories. And I can see issues that are going on out there because people are bringing them to me. I'm like a depository of this information. And so it doesn't take a lot for my imagination to go, to a place where I felt I needed to write a book, and how could I get information out? So I see the stories all day long.
And then the main character in this book
is AJ.
You love her.
I adore her. I wish I could be her. She gets away with things.
You her, though.
She gets away with things that you and I can't do. So I really do enjoy that about her.
It's fun. So this is sort of like, how would you describe this book? Like she's sort of like exactly like you.
She is. The book is a cause novel, and the reason I did fiction is because the news and everything can be so daunting, and then we just kind of turn off the deaf ear, and we'll look at people in our real lives who we think, I can't be that person, but AJ is this fiction, and you read about her and her stories that are based on real things that are happening. You kind of close the book and think, you know what, I could do this too, and that is what I'm really hopeful for, that people will enjoy AJ and aspire to be her.
And also care about things like environmental issues, right?
Huge issues. Yeah, they absolutely are, and I think that there's this disconnect still that we don't understand in the environment. Everything that we do, you even look at these major companies that make our economy run, it comes from the environment. The environment sustains everything we are, from business to economy to our health. And so for me, it's a very big issue.
Well, let's talk about environmental issues as it applies to the presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Republican candidates, for example, don't believe in global warming. When you hear them say things like that, what goes through your mind?
Well, everybody has an opinion. This is the problem with politics, isn't it? Everybody has an opinion, then we just get stuck and we end up doing nothing. But I think that you just kind of have to observe that there are changes happening around you and respect them and begin to take some preventative measures, or otherwise we're going to have some issues. If we have groundwater issues coming and water contamination issues that are coming, and you can't just, make a broad blanket statement. I think that, again, you need to make observations, work with the science.
So global warming real?
Well, I believe it's real. I don't know. It's right in front of us. So when we're seeing more storms or a change in weather patterns, I don't know what it is that you want to ignore about that. It's there. And so we need to address it and deal with it. And I think, again, prevention is something that's very, very important.
The Environmental Protection Agency, there's been lots of criticism against that particular governmental department, and some have suggested it should just be done away with.
We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, so they say. Listen, I'm out there every single day in communities and dealing with environmental issues, and there is some problems with the agency. They're overstaffed, they're underburdened. If they're overburdened, they're underfunded. A lot of times their hands are tied, and I think that there definitely needs to be some changes, but you just can't throw regulation away, period, because somebody, I again do this every day, I see how we are not handling waste properly. We cannot just keep dumping it into rivers and the water, which is what we're doing. So there needs to be some regulation, but I think that something is going to have to change, because you know what? It's not working.
Your very first case, the one that made you famous, right? It was portrayed in the movie. That's not even resolved yet, right?
No, it's not. They never cleaned up the contamination. And here it is, oh my gosh, 20 years? I don't even want to say that. Since I was first out there, 10, 11 years since the film came out, and I get a phone call from the same woman, Roberta Walker. PG&E came back to her new house 5 miles away, tested her well, has chrome 6 in it. The plume broke through. They never cleaned it up. Now we're dealing with hundreds of more homes and thousands of more people. And see, this is where the problem is. Somewhere the state dropped the ball. An agency is supposed to have oversight. So where's our follow-through? It's not going to do us any good to have all these rules and regulations if we're not going to follow through with them. And it's very, very frustrating, and I see this happening over and over again. I've been tracking and trending all the information that's coming to me. Just in the United States alone, of people who are reporting illness and disease clusters in and around known contaminated sites, I have over 1,600 sites on my map alone today.
Wow.
So it's an issue, and it's one that we're going to have to deal with. But yeah, unfortunately, we're back out in Hinkley. I hate to say that, I'm back.
Yeah, but at least you're still in there fighting for them, and I'm sure they appreciate it. Erin Brockovich, thank you so much.
You're
The
very
new book
welcome.
is Hot Water, and it's a good one.
I'm always in hot water.
Yes, you are, and we like that about you. Thank you so much. It was wonderful meeting you.
Thank you.
Morning Headlines.